me. I'm sorry for the delay tonight. My computer did not want to let me onto Facebook. Sometimes, because it's an old computer, I have these issues with it, so eventually I'm going to have to buy a new computer. Anyways, I'm going to do a card tonight that I can't find the original card for, and it seems like I've put it in a safe place, and I don't know where that safe place is. So I can't show you what card I'm actually going to do, but I will create it for you anyway. So tonight we're going to be using the Warm and Toasty Stamp set. So that's that one there. We're actually going to be using this guy here. And I'm going to call him a polar bear, so I'm going to make him white. He's not going to be a brown bear, he's going to be a white bear. I don't know if he's a polar bear, but I'm going to make him one. And we're also going to be using the Trimming the Town Designer Series paper. So that's on 25 of your Christmas catalog. So that is that one right there. And so I'm just going to show a few pieces of that. The stamp set is on page 42 of our book. So I'm just going to show the papers. Hi Jane! So this one is the one we're going to be using tonight. Just because it looks almost like a scrapbooking page, but I'm going to use this corner up here tonight to show you how to make a card with that. There's another really pretty, usually they have a design, a scenery design on the front, and then they have a pattern that's snowflakes on the back, little peoples, and then lines, and the dots. I've used the dots for so many cards, and then it's Christmas trees, or forested trees, and then we have words, so tons of different type of Christmas words in different languages, wreath, lined, and then houses. So we're going to use that one that we started with, so the one with the mountain. And I'm just going to bring you down here to show you what we're going to do with this paper. And here's hoping you can see it. Alright, so I'm just going to move a few of these things out of my way. Alright, so what we're going to do with the paper is we're going to cut out this area here. So we're going to also use pool party paper. So we're going to cut that with our Stampin' Trimmer, and you're going to cut it at 5.5. So these sheets, if you cut out at 5.5, you'll get 2 equal sheets. And so we can use the other set for later on. And then you're going to score it at 4.25. And the scoring on this is awesome. So you don't have to use a bone folder. It will score itself. So it'll be a really nice, crisp, clean score. And then we're going to take our large piece of paper, and we're going to cut this, so it's 4.25, but is what we're going to leave for the outside. So you want to cut it at 4. So you're going to cut this down at 4. And it's 5.5 is the length of it. So we're going to cut it down at 5.25. And I'm just going to take some more of the water. So we're going to cut down there. So I want more of the water showing at the bottom. And you can't see that. So I want more of the water showing at the bottom. So what you're going to have to do is cut off a bit of the top at 5.25. And you want the mountain showing. So there we go. So just like that. So now the mountain showing and the water is showing. So you want it to look like ice, like their little bear is going to be skating on the ice. I'm going to move my phone onto the floor before it drives me nuts, because it's going to keep binging and binging and binging. Alrighty, so we have that cut, and then we're going to glue that onto our card base. So that's our pool party card base. And I know I'm using an old thing of glue, so I'm just waiting for my glue to come. It should be here by next week sometime. And we're just going to leave that with a little edge around it so it pops up a bit. Okay, so it looks like that. In our next part, we're going to take a white or a Whisper White piece of cardstock, and you're going to take your stamp and you're going to stamp down the big polar bear with Memento. Now the polar bear goes best on the F block, no, E block. He fits best on the E block. I'm trying to move my thing so you can see. There we go. So we're gonna stamp him down. So as you can see, I use this for a other card. So don't always grab out your full piece of white cardstock. Use up your little pieces. So we're going to stamp him down, and he looks like that. And then I'm just going to color him in a little bit. So we're going to give him a pool party scarf. So we're just going to color that in. Now the Stampin' Blends usually are best on the glitter paper, but if you're just going over with one color and you're doing it pretty quickly, it will work on the Whisper White cardstock that we have. So it's only if you're going over and over and blending that you really need the other paper. This one works pretty well. We're going to color in his hat, and then we're going to give him a little bit of cheeks. And I'm going to have to fix my pump because it is spazzing out on me here. So that's all we need for him. So the next part is we're going to get our Stampin' Snips out. Alright, so we're going to get our Stampin' Snips out, and we're going to cut him out. Alrighty, so hopefully I didn't lose you there. Something is happening with my, or I can't see who is talking to me. So sorry, Jane, if you're asking any questions, I can't see it tonight because it's not letting me see it. It's getting rid of my video, so I need my video so I can see what you can see. If I can't see my video, I will have my So when you're cutting around the foot, that I just go right around the ski or the skate. You don't have to cut that part out. And I'm trying to keep you guys in my shot here, but I really want to pull it up towards me because that's how I cut. I cut it very, very close to my eyes because of how my glasses work. It works better if it's closer to me. And so when you're cutting up, you just cut up from the end of the skate to the back of his skate, of the foot part of the skate. And this one is, because it's a bigger image, it's pretty easy to cut out. So it's not so finicky as some of the images are. I'm not a big lover of fussy cutting. It's not really my thing. I usually like using my Stampin' Trimmer and a framelit to cut out. But when you don't have that and you want to use other designer series paper in your background and you want this guy to pop out, it's kind of the only way of doing it. I'm just going to cut down the other side of the scarf. So his bottom wouldn't stop moving. There we go. I do like my, I'm just going to cut this part out quickly just because it's easier to cut around if you don't have a big piece of paper knocking you in the fingers. So the other day I was wearing my favorite winter jacket because it was so cold in here. And today I'm wearing my favorite summer outfit because it is so hot in my apartment that I've been wearing summer pajamas and summer nightgowns to bed because it's so hot in here. And if you open up the window, sometimes it gets so damp in here that I can't handle that either. So it's kind of a bad time of year for me for that. And of course, everybody in our apartment building, the people on my side of the apartment building are always hot, and the people on the other side of the apartment building are always cold, and it's because of where the sun comes up and goes down and where the wind hits. So the people on the other side of the apartment is probably loving this temperature right now, but people on my side are spending their times on their balconies just to try to get cooled off. So going around his ears is a little bit tricky. I do love this set. I have no idea why cute critters are my thing. I always thought realistic animals, realistic people were my thing, but I have a lot of little critters stamp sets in my collection. There we go. So it does take a while to get him all cut out, but he looks really awesome when he's cut out. Now you can take your card base. I'm just going to close up my glue before I end up sticking him right in the glue. And so what you're going to do, you can't really shove him right over top of these little people. So what I did is take a little piece of this, and you're just going to, this is Pool Party, so you're just going to cut, and then I'm just going to dip it down a little bit, and I'm going to make it match here. So I dipped it down a little bit, maybe a little bit more. And you're just going to match it up there, and you're going to make it so you can cut that again. So we're just going to make that 4 1/4 because that's the width of our card. And then it should fit right in there. So you're just cutting it so it covers these little tiny people. Because if you have a gigantic bear going over little tiny people, well, that we didn't do right. It's 4, not 4 1/4. Sorry. So we're going to cut that at 4, not 4 1/4, because 4 1/4 is our whole card base. So that should have cut right. Yeah, so if you do leave it without this, you're going to have these little tiny people, and they're going to look like this big, gigantic, scary monster is coming to go over top of them. So I wanted to cover up those little people, and I just use a little bit of that, and then I'm going to put him right over top there. So it depends on where you want to put him. I kind of like the trees there in the picture. So it depends on where you want the trees. So what we're going to do is we're going to just, I'm going to try to match that up a little bit better. Scoop it down a little bit more. There we go, and that's perfect. So I just played with it until I thought it looked right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to glue that down on the bottom. Like I said, you can leave the little people there if you'd like, but it's going to look like this gigantic monster of a bear is going over top of them. And then you're going to take some dimensionals, and you're going to pop him up. So he's going to look like he's skating on top of that river near the mountains. And my class always asks me how many to put on. Now this one, you want one near the top of his head, you want one near the middle, and you want one near both of his legs and his bottom. So it looks correct when you're putting it on there. And that looks good like that. So he's kind of skating along like that. And then if you want to put a saying on the top, you can. So I'm going to use probably black to do it, just because the black will pop out the most with this card. And I'm going to use one of the sayings here, so I'm going to use Sharing Christmas Cheer. And that's one of the stamps in the set, so Sharing Christmas Cheer. The other things you can use is Warm and Toasty Wishes to You. You can also use Here's to a Cool Yule, or Just for You. So those ones all work. Oh, Jane, I wish I could turn on the air conditioning at night, but the air conditioner has to come out during winter because I have a air conditioner that fits in my window. Well, not in the window, but in my space that I have in the window. So I don't have a full year air conditioner. And one year I left my air conditioner in a little bit later than usual, and I got in trouble for it. So I can't do that during the winter, which stinks, but Alright, so we're going to put that right at the top. So you're wanting to put it at the top where the lightest part is. Don't put it on the blue because you won't be able to see it very well. And there you go. Sharing Christmas cheer. So it's a pretty simple card. It's really cute using those. You could also probably put the sleigh on it if you wanted to put the sleigh in the snow. Or this little guy. He's super cute too. They're just a little bit more harder to cut around. These two images are a little bit easier because they're bigger. Anyways, that's my card for tonight. And I will be back on Tuesday night and showing you another snow technique to put snow on your card, or make snow on your card, not put snow on your card. Sounds like I'm going to go outside and get snow and put it on my card, but I'm going to show you how to create something that looks like snow on your card, I guess you would say. Anyways, if you could come and join me then, I will be back on Tuesday at 7 p.m. Come and join me. Like you can see here, I have my summer clothes on because it's so hot in here. But they're comfy, so that's okay. Gotta keep some things out for the, when you go outside it's freezing, and when you come inside it's hot. So I could have like a Christmas and or a summer party in November in my apartment. Anyways, I will see you on Tuesday. Have a great week, and hopefully everybody is doing well and staying safe, and I'll see you next week. Have a good weekend. Bye.